Summoner Wars is an exciting game for 2 to 4 players that combines elements of both a card game and a tactical miniatures game. Players will choose from a variety of faction decks, each with unique playstyles, units, special abilities, and tactics. Summoner Wars faction decks and everything else needed to start playing can be obtained by purchasing either a master set or a starter set. Now, the central character to each faction deck is the summoner. Each summoner begins the game on the battlefield with a number of their units as determined by the starting setup card. If a player's summoner ever receives enough wounds that it would be destroyed, that player loses the game, making it your goal to destroy your opponent's summoner first. You will work to achieve this goal by summoning your units to the battlefield, maneuvering them strategically, managing your reserve of magic, and playing timely event cards. There are 3 different types of unit cards found in a typical faction deck: 1 summoner, 3 champions, and 18 common units. Each unit has a number of dice to roll when it attacks, the number of wounds it can take before it is destroyed, the number of magic cards that must be spent to summon it to the battlefield, and either a bow symbol showing the unit may attack from 3 clear straight line spaces away, or a sword symbol showing the unit must be next to a card to attack it. They also have a special ability. These are rules specific to that unit, and using these abilities to their potential is a key component of the game's strategy. You will also find event cards in the deck, which are specific to the summoner you chose to play with. Each event card has an effect that takes place when it is played, and there is also a special type of event card, a wall. Each player starts the game with 1 wall on the battlefield and has 2 additional walls in their deck. When units are summoned to the battlefield, they are placed adjacent to a wall you control. Walls can be attacked and destroyed just like units, but cannot attack or move themselves. When playing the game, players will alternate taking turns, and each turn is divided into 6 phases completed in order. Let's pretend that this is your current hand of cards. Of course, in a regular game, you would keep these hidden from your opponent. The first phase of your turn is the draw phase. Here you will draw a number of cards from your deck until the total you are holding in your hand is equal to 5. Now we are in the summon phase, and here we can bring units from our hand onto the battlefield. If we want to bring out this smasher, we're going to need to pay his summoning cost of 2. This is accomplished by transferring that number of cards from our magic pile into our discard pile. Now the smasher may be brought onto the battlefield directly adjacent to a wall that you control. In the event phase, which is next, you may play event cards from your hand, immediately resolving their effects. You may also play wall cards that you have, placing them on your half of the battlefield in any empty space. In the movement phase, you may move up to 3 of your units, up to 2 spaces each. And now a player may attack with up to 3 of their units in the attack phase. If the smasher was to attack the warrior, you would roll a number of dice equal to the smasher's attack value, which is the large number 2 shown here. After rolling the dice, any values of 3 or higher are counted as hits, and you'll place that number of wound markers on the targeted card. If the number of wounds equals or exceeds the darkened life dots on the unit's card, that unit is destroyed and removed from the battlefield. Any cards you destroy are then placed in your magic pile, helping you build up resources for later in the game. The final phase, the build magic phase, allows you to place as many cards as you want from your hand into your magic pile. This, of course, will also allow you to build more resources, but it will also let you draw more cards to your hand during the next draw phase. Keep in mind, however, once your draw pile is depleted, you will not reshuffle your cards, but must finish playing with the cards left on the battlefield and in your hand. Summoner Wars is easy to learn, but mastering the tactical depths of the gameplay will keep players coming back over and over again. The Master Set provides you with 6 different factions to choose from, and each starter set provides you with 2 different factions. For even more options, you can pick up individual faction decks, as well as reinforcement packs that allow you to customize the factions you already have. And no faction is duplicated across any of these products, which means if you begin with a starter set and then pick up the Master Set, you will not be obtaining duplicates of factions that you already own. And while Summoner Wars captures the exciting play of a miniatures game, an entire army is contained within a single deck of cards, so you don't have to break the bank to expand your experience or just try out a new faction. For more information, including another video where I fully teach you how to play the game, visit plaidhatgames.com.